Hi everyone, and welcome to Docue Digest, where we break down a particular legal document into bite-sized pieces. On the menu today, we're going to be talking about cookies and the documents you need on your website to be cookie law compliant. I'm Heather Stark, Senior Legal Counsel at Docue UK, and joining me today is my colleague Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley, Legal Counsel at Docue UK. Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is a cookie?
Well, in this instance, we're not talking about the chocolate chip or oat raisin varieties. When we talk about cookies on websites or mobile apps, we're talking about tracking technologies. In simple terms, cookies are small blocks of data downloaded onto a computer or other device when a user visits a website. Almost every website will use at least some sort of cookies. But why are cookies so commonly used?
Well, cookies can be really useful for a number of reasons. Some cookies are simply necessary for the website to function and ensure that website visitors have a good browsing experience. But others are used to collect data on website visitors in order to analyze their behavior or send targeted marketing to them. This type of analytics data can be really useful to businesses.
Great. So because cookies also collect personal data about individuals, a number of factors need to be taken into account to make sure the cookie use complies with data protection laws. So to start with, what document needs to be on a website where cookies are being used?
The websites need to include a cookie notice. And a cookie notice is a statement which explains to visitors of that website which cookies the website owner uses and how they use them in connection with collecting and processing the visitor's personal data. It's a requirement of data protection laws in the UK to tell website users this because the cookies are using their personal data, whether that's someone's IP address or website preferences. Heather, what information does a cookies notice need to include?
Well, UK data protection laws require individuals to be provided with clear and comprehensive information about cookies. To be clear and comprehensive, the cookie notice needs to contain details of the different cookies you intend to use, including their technical name. So for example, the technical name for Google Analytics cookie is _GA. The cookie notice should also include details of the purposes for which you intend to use the cookies. Cookies are split into different categories that have different purposes. These range from analytical cookies to performance cookies to marketing cookies. Is there anything else that a cookies notice should include, Ashley?
Yes, it's also important to include any details of any third parties who may also process information stored in or accessed from the user's device. These are known as third-party cookies. And the cookie notice should also set out the duration of any cookies being used. Cookies can either be session cookies, which only last a short time and end when a browser is closed, or persistent cookies, which remain on a device for longer periods. For example, persistent cookies are the type of cookies that allow websites to remember a user's details when they log back onto them. So that's what needs to be included in a cookie notice. Is there anything else that website owners need to do to be compliant with cookie rules?
Yes, except in relation to strictly necessary cookies, a user must be given the opportunity to consent or not consent to the use of different types of cookies. This is usually done via a cookies banner, which is a pop-up on the website that gives the user the option to consent to cookies via a tick box or a sliding tab.
Okay, so if a website uses cookies, it should have both a cookies banner and a cookies notice. What happens if a website uses cookies and doesn't have those in place?
So failing to meet cookies rules is a breach of data protection laws. Breaching data protection laws can lose hard-earned trust of a business's customers, as well as its employees, investors, partners, and even suppliers. Businesses need to be able to demonstrate that they take data protection seriously and protect the personal data that it has access to in order to maintain trust and protect its brand. This includes personal data collected via cookies. What other risks are there to businesses if they breach data protection laws?
If a business is non-compliant with data protection laws, it could be exposed to multi-million-pound fines from the ICO, as well as other legal actions such as claims from data subjects for damages. This means there can be both reputational and financial consequences if cookie rules aren't followed.
That makes sense. So it's really important to get cookie law compliance right. How can Docue help businesses with that?
Well, Docue's dynamic cookie notice template allows you to create a top quality document in minutes. Docue's service includes model clauses designed by lawyers to help businesses draft the cookie notice themselves and tailor it to their specific needs. Docue's cookie notice template is also maintained by qualified lawyers so that it's kept up to date and complies with current legislation.
Sounds great. Thanks for listening, everyone.